Alexxa here. I'm so excited to share with you guys the panel of Supernatural at Toronto ComiCon 2025. I hope the audio is going to be good, but I made sure to record as much of the panel that I could so that you guys could experience it as well. And for those that I met at ComiCon today, thank you so much for coming to our table. Thank you so much for being so nice and so gracious and so patient with all of us at the framing department. And if you guys are there tomorrow, I hope that I get to see you guys again. I'm so happy, and as promised to all of you guys that I saw today, here is the panel for Supernatural at Toronto ComiCon 2025, and I'll see you guys soon. Mwah. Bye for now.
Welcome to the main stage, sponsored by Toronto Film School. My name is Jim Beaver, what we call the hardest working man in comics, and it is my pleasure, my honor, to bring to the stage, and I need y'all to make all the noise and show all the love. We're starting it off with Miss Ruth Connell. And Mr. Jim Beaver.
Elbows up, is it?
So good to see you guys again. First and foremost, how has the weekend been for you so far?
It's been great. It's been amazing to see so many people. Thank you so much for coming out.
It's been horrible. I'm awake.
That's for Jim. That's great. That's accomplishment right there. I like that. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys feeling?
Yes.
We're back in our home state of Canada. What? How did Canada just get booed in Canada?
State.
My home state of Canada.
There you go. This is what we. We're petitioning.
I'm Canadian.
They're tough on their own.
The shows were.
I'm really excited because Alex just gave me some of his Diet Coke, and I've not had caffeine for about 3 years.
Oh,
so
wow.
I don't know what's going to happen during this panel.
Alex, did you do that on purpose?
Well, I didn't realize it in 3 years. But
So Ruthie, you're gonna river dance for us?
Any minute now.
But that's the thing, because the show is designed to be focused on the Winchesters, but you guys have crafted such perfectly authentic and real characters to kind of like make the show authentic for you. That's right, you're supposed to do that. My question is that something that you found took time to build, or was that naturally in the writing as soon as you came on set?
I just showed up and said the words.
That's all you needed. It's all you needed. I love it.
I think my entire character was there in the audition sites that I had that Bob Behrens wrote for me. And the last line of those sites still is one of my favourite lines. It did eventually get written into the show. It has a bad word in it, and there's some children in the audience.
Yeah, I always forget, and then I see the front row, and I mean, she's got to be 4 years old.
I'm glad that you didn't say it. That was a choice, so you could have.
Back me up. What was the line? Please. Earmuffs.
It says everything about my relationship with fairness, as we'll call it. Now do you understand why it breaks my heart to see what a colossal you've become?
Yes!
I think on the day I improvised Numbnut, and I don't think people had heard that outside Scotland too much, so it kind of stuck. Do you give Numbnuts in Canada too?
Not as many as we've got at home.
Well, Jim is right. Alexxa, what about you? Like, to build your character, Jack, like, did you see that right away, or was it something you kind of had to get comfortable with a little bit as he progressed?
I mean, it was, definitely in the sides. I had one scene where Jack was like, I know. I had one scene where Jack was like talking to kids about skateboarding, and then the second scene I was telling Lucifer that I was more powerful than him. So I definitely had
It's a jump.
a bit of a jump there. But no, I mean, I was definitely nervous, but you know, when the first season happened for me, I was just concerned that they were going to kill me off at the end. And thankfully, they kept me alive. So that was great.
Woo!
I think we all worship at the Church of Supernatural. Some folks have seen it multiple times. 52 times. They've seen the entire series. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So, if you all are patron saints, based on your character, what do you think you'd be the patron saint of?
Well, Ruth clearly the patron saint of caffeine. It's just less rolling through her.
I'm the patron saint of eyeshadow and ball gowns.
You stole Jim's answer. That's too bad.
Unfortunately, I appear to be the patron saint of idiots.
Yeah! If that is not on the t-shirt on the end of this weekend, y'all will have failed me.
Yeah, I think definitely, patron saint of nougat.
I'm all for that.
And of desperately needing a friend my own age. Yeah.
Is that how you felt on set as well?
Yeah. I was like, why is everybody so old? Oh.
Are you out of high school yet?
They won't let me graduate. They say if I keep it up and with my winning attitude and low testing scores, that I may be able to graduate this year, guys.
I think one of the most amazing things about this show is that you had a mix of things. It was tragically grounded, but then poetically cosmic. What was your favorite playground to kind of play in with those two sort of regards?
Where did you come up with that phrase?
He's good.
You're getting actually too good at this.
I'm trying. You know what I'm saying?
I just liked it when I had a funny one-liner. It's like, Jensen, I remember early on having a good conversation with him when he was directing me in an episode, and he personally, he loved the fact that, you know, you have the drama and you have the comedy, often in the same episode, often in the same scene. And as an actor, it's, especially from a theatre background, it was so wonderful to land in a TV show where you could go balls to the wall and you could do something really extreme, like zap someone and then care for them and then ridicule them, or whatever it was. It was such a great playground for an actor. I don't have a favourite thing, I like that we could do it all.
I'll come back.
Jim, what did you just pull a face?
I just saw these pictures on the wall behind us. I wondered who it was.
Oh, you look so young. Alex.
I told you this was my graduation photo. Held back for 10 years. Please welcome to the stage.
Nice save.
Do you guys have a preference of the scale and scope of the show? Do you like it when it's more grounded, or do you like the big, sprawling, cosmic, sort of supernatural aspects of it?
Paychecks, it says.
That sounds grounded to me. I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter if it's in the salvage yard. It takes place in outer space for Jim Beaver.
That's right.
As long as there's a hot tub and Sheriff Mills.
I was gonna say, you got a hot tub?
What scene was that?
I just kept asking for one.
There was a scene between Emily Swallow and I as the Darkness and Rowena, and they had us meeting up in this abandoned silo that smelled of sulfur, and it was so freezing and uncomfortable, and we were like, we wanted to meet in a spa.
Great.
Right, so Jim, I totally, I take this point, I missed that element. There should be more spas.
Well, that's what women like, right? They love meeting in abandoned buildings.
Yeah.
Reeking of sulfur.
Absolutely.
Dangerous. Dark, right?
Sounds like my
Absolutely
house.
love it.
That's Jim's dating profile right there.
Whoa.
What happened? Okay, so there are like 462 seasons of the show, and there's like 12 that just came out as we came up on stage. How many of you guys actually watched so far?
I used to sort of halfway kid about the fact that I'd never seen the show. which wasn't true. I watched all the good ones.
Once a year.
Bingo.
I got you.
But my kid and I had been binging it. And so we're up to season 5. And I finally understand what a lot of what I said was about. There was an episode in season 3 or 4 where Sam and Dean and Bobby were spreading salt all around the doors and windows of this place. And I turned to Jared and I said, "Why are we doing this?" And he said, "Have you not watched the show?" I said, "They pay me to be in it."
To be fair though, like, yeah, because obviously I didn't start till much later on, and I think as an actor, you know, you want to do research to show up prepared, but in this case, Jack knew absolutely nothing, so I felt completely justified in knowing nothing. So I think I was in the same boat as Jim, where they're like, "Get the salt," and I'm like, "Sure, dude, like, you want salt? Like, we'll take salt, we'll light candles, in this big circle thing, whatever you want, you know?"
This abandoned style.
Yeah, sulfur, it's great.
When I got the audition, I hadn't had a television audition in America for 2 years. So I watched about, I can't remember if it was 14 or 16 episodes of Supernatural that weekend. Now I know that's an average weekend for y'all, but for me it was a lot. And I remember seeing your episode, Jim, with Mark Shepherd, and there were certain episodes that were obviously the ones to watch and whatnot. But now in my household, Rob and Rich do the Supernatural Rewatch podcast, which if you've not tuned in,
That's all right.
they have great guests on the show. Have you been on the show yet? No, you've not. You have, Jim.
Yeah, you said great guest, so obviously.
Wow.
Yeah. So now it's weird. Like 7 o'clock in the morning, I walk through and like Supernatural's on the television screen in the living room. And it's like season 4, episode 29, or many. I used to do a lot of episodes. And it's Misha saying, "I'm the one that held you tight, ripped you, And I'm like, "Oh, that was good. Now I understand why he's, still Misha Collins." And so yeah, I'm kind of seeing now vicariously through Rob and Rich's restreaming.
Do you guys like watching yourselves perform?
Desperately.
That's how residual checks are made, y'all.
That's what I live for.
No.
No?
Does anybody listen, there are people out there clearly like watching themselves.
Indeed.
I think that's the next panel.
Yeah. But no, it's like, have you ever heard your own voice?
Sure.
Thank you, yeah. Then you see it on TV and you're like, "Oh, is that the best I could do?" No, it's very nerve-wracking. But I love watching literally everybody else on the show on other shows.
I got you.
Like, it's so exciting for me to get to see everybody else's work, and it's great that way. Like, "Oh my God, you're in this, like, let's check it out." That to me is like so rewarding, especially when you have worked with these people.
One of the things that we talked about before this, I gotta throw this out here, was the Scooby-Doo Supernatural crossover. And how you made, what's another cartoon that, live action show would want to mix up with. But for your characters, what's a cartoon you would love to see your specific characters show up on?
What's Matt Cohen's project called?
Which one?
No, the one he's doing right now that we're making.
That you're making?
That you're making?
Yeah, I can't remember. I've got baby brain.
It's called Public Domain.
Public Domain. That.
Okay.
Public
Well,
Domain.
we ain't showing up. Ooh.
No, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's called that?
Yes. Well, you're not sure, but I am.
Can somebody go on IMDb Pro and check right now?
It's called Public Domain.
Yeah, Matt's got us all involved. He's because he ended up directing and whatnot on the show, and he's such a go-getter in that. And who did he play in Supernatural? John? No. John.
Like young
For
John
people who don't
Winchester.
know, he played the young John Winchester, and so he's making an animation right now. We're all going to be in.
That's awesome. That's
So
awesome.
that one, that's the one.
Exclusives. There you go.
Did you get one, Jim?
I always wanted to be on Popeye.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, olive oil's hot.
Sensing a theme in your work. It's Jody Mills in a hot tub, olive oil and a hot tub. For me, I'd love to see a Supernatural meets Attack on Titan crossover.
Wow!
I don't know how it's gonna work, but I'm assuming you all die quickly. So
Doesn't matter, it's totally watch this. This is
Yeah.
good. I think one of the things that we kind of talked about already was the idea of sort of genres that this crosses over into. There's things that are scary, there's things that are funny, there's drama, there's all these wonderful things. When it comes to like bringing this to life, which do you find more fun? Fearful moments or more dramatic, funny moments?
More dramatic, funny
More
moments.
dramatic, funny moments
Or
fearful?
more funny.
Yeah.
I just show up and say hello.
That's drama. I like it.
It's such a privilege to be on a set acting. I just love going to work. I love having a job. So if anybody knows anyone,
That's it. I mean, it's all fun. It's all fun. I've had days where I spent 5 hours on the edge of tears shooting a scene that was going to last 2 minutes. And I've had days when I was doing stuff that somebody thought was hysterically funny. And I've had days I spent the whole day in front of a green screen pretending that something behind me was actually there. And it's all magic to me. It's all just, it sure beats working.
no, those are great answers.
We actually have some questions that were submitted by fans, and we're going to jump right into these. So Alex, this is for you. Jack's journey from being Lucifer's son to essentially a new god is one of the wildest arcs in Supernatural. What was the most challenging part of playing such a powerful but innocent character?
Tough questions. What was the most challenging part of being powerful and innocent?
At the same time.
it's a rare combination.
I was gonna say, yeah, because power corrupts, right, guys?
Right? Absolutely.
But not for Jack.
That's right.
He was too good for the world. He was so good we had to send him to heaven. No, I mean, the whole thing with Jack was, as opposed to Chuck, Ruth is guy who she had a baby with, by the way. Weird. She saw Chuck and was like, that could be my man.
God's guilty pleasure.
Oh.
It was in the script.
That's going on the script.
I mean, I don't have to say anything else now.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Chuck was such a dick that I think that, that Jack not being a dick was great.
Was easy.
Yeah, they had, the questionable thing of fate, whereas Jack actually let the characters have decisions and choices and consequences, even if that consequence was rebar. Apologies, guys.
Good job.
That's serious. I didn't hear you. What is it? Rebar?
Rebar, it's how Dean died.
Rebar.
Yeah, it was like a chunk of metal.
Yeah.
Rebar.
Right to the
Is
back.
that what it's become known as, or is that the singing?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Rebar. I'm this old today when I learned it.
Oh, you're a Scot, what do they know?
We know nothing. We just create television that is.
A rebar to a Scot is it's like, oh, we're gonna re-go to that bar again.
It was like, rebar.
Ruth is like, that is a good idea, yes.
Or whiskey.
That's how you got it?
In Ireland, it's repub.
There you go.
I would just like to say that whoever designed the pillars in this building are doing a lot of injustice. We saw hands all around.
Never. Jim, this next question is for you. Bobby is such a fan favorite character, and his ancient catchphrase is legendary. Did you ever expect him to become such an iconic part of the show when you first signed on?
Me or the word?
You specifically?
Me? No, they hired me for one episode, and I thought this is, run it out. And then when I was on the set, a lot of the crew guys said, "Hey, we didn't kill you. That means you might be back." And I thought, well, I guess on any show they don't kill you, you might be back. They didn't realize that I would be back even after they killed me. No, it was, I thought it was just one, a few days work and I was done. And then I got stuck with 15 years. The happiest 15 years of my life.
And after that,
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
In Scotland, we say Egypt a lot. Is that the same in America? Is that the same? Or are you saying?
I think it's a rural thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Egypt is, I had heard it before it showed up in the script, and in fact, that's why I fought against the word. I said, I don't have to say this, do I? And they said, yeah, you do. And I said, yeah, but that sounds like, that sounds stupid. And they said, say it. But it was a variation of idiot that I was familiar with. And I knew that it was mainly like in Appalachian areas of the country which are, heavily influenced by Scots and Celts.
True story, my first speaking episode, which with Bob Singer was directing, I improvised the word Egypt and I was stopped. No, you can't, it's too close to Egypt. And I was like, oh, this is the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I trademarked the word, so you can't. I wish I had.
Smart. Ruth, for Rowena, she had one of the most surprising and satisfying arcs in the series, going from antagonist to ally. What was your favorite part of her evolution?
My least favorite part is that it was the opposite of Rob's, because he went from being chucked, as you said, to being like basically an asshole.
It's okay, they always speak Canadian.
And I felt bad for Rob, because as happy as an actor, sometimes it's hard not to take it personally. And it was so rewarding for me to play Rowena, who got to be the Queen of Hell, because I was glad for her sake, having been on her side for so long and wanting her to get there. I just wish she got there sooner, for longer, so we could have seen what she got up to, because I think that would have been really fun to play. But I'm so glad, especially for a lot of the women watching, and probably some of the men as well, who like to see a women in charge for once.
Did women really watch the show?
Yeah,
For Rowena, of course, that's why, yes. They didn't take that.
Yeah, they hated those hunky guys.
Their t-shirts all tight and crazy. This is for all of you. Supernatural built such a strong bond between its cast and fans. What's been the most memorable fan encounter you've had since joining the show?
Oh boy.
Yeah. As long as the statute of limitations is up, you can talk about it.
That was an implication, was it not?
Have you met your fans? Well, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I really have a hard time with these questions because it's so impossible to say. The fact that we're sitting in this room right now with all of you is never ceases to blow my mind. So to like point out to one specific interaction or thing would be, I don't know. I did have someone tattoo themselves my name on their leg recently. I think we all did actually. I don't advise that. Live your life. No, I mean, the fact that we're all here, the fact that this is such a part of our lives, and that we are able to have this, never ceases to not be incredible, you know?
The guy's probably here, and I'm not trying to out you, but there was a guy who, speaking of tattoos, had tattooed my face on the inside of his upper arm so that his armpit hair was my beard. That was hard to erase.
I'm trying to picture that. So when you were upside down. Oh, you went like that, and then it was like that.
No, wait, we have to live with this for just a little bit longer. Was this something you saw online, or he showed you personally?
He showed me at the autograph table.
Today?
No, not today.
Oh, okay.
No, it was at another con, but he's probably here very red-faced right now.
Or probably really fired up.
Yeah.
Is Matilde here?
In the back, way back there.
I'm so glad I called you out in the very back row. She didn't show me her belly today, but she showed me a tattoo that she had of Rowena on her belly. So thank you, Matilde. Not that you all have to go and get tattoos to get it all done, but it's so incredible. Incredible. Any of that is, yeah, as Alex said, it's hard to pick one thing. Although I do remember pretty much the first convention I ever did, the Scottish woman said to me, "Welcome to the supernatural fandom. Once you're in, you can't get out." And that has rang true to me ever since. I've never forgotten.
Did you feel more comforted though that it was one of your own telling you?
I felt terrified. I know how scary we are.
Alexander, this is for you. Jack's relationship with the Winchester brothers was so unique. He was both their little brother.
Jack's not family.
Almost a son figure. How did you and Jared and Jensen develop that dynamic?
They yelled at me, they dogpiled me, they cut my credit card at dinner.
Wait, what?
I've told this story, that's fine. So I'm very nervous being on the show, and I'm on the show for maybe 4 or 5 months. And in the fall, they're like, "Hey man, would you like to come get dinner?" And I was like, "Wow, that sounds lovely, guys. Thank you. I'd love to join you." So we go to this steak place in Vancouver. It's great. We have a lovely time, and I'm like, "Wow, maybe I'm a part of this. Like, I've really, I'm a part of this family, right, guys?"
Woo!
So as a responsible Canadian, I go to pay my share of the bill. Not for them, because No, but I put on my credit card and I look away, and then when I look back, Jared has sliced my credit card in half. And he's like, "Well, you don't need that here." I'm like, "Well, I guess I don't need it anymore then." So I had my half cut up credit card for, I don't know, until I got it replaced. But then I walked away from dinner, I'm like, "I think I'm in."
That was an act of love. Sorry, that was an act of love.
No, I mean, they bought me dinner, it was very nice, but it was just the most peak brotherhood activity, where it's just "You're not gonna pay."
They bought you dinner. Idiots.
My question is, did he just have scissors on hand?
He had a knife on hand.
He did with a knife.
Yeah.
That's how you know who it was.
See, this is very male behavior. It's just "Yeah, bro, he likes you, bro. That's why he cuts stuff up."
I really started loving me at one convention when he gave me a hug and put his entire body weight onto me and collapsed on the floor. He weighs 250 pounds or something.
Misha?
No, Chad.
I was going to say, Misha weighs about 25 pounds.
There's so many women that just blushed at your whole "he put his body weight on me." That wasn't the core of your story, but that's exactly how they took it. They were like, "And more?" This is supposed to be Jim. Bobby has appeared in so many different forms: original Bobby, alternate universe Bobby, even a ghost. Was there a version of Bobby you enjoyed playing the most?
Real Bobby.
Woo!
I didn't like playing Ghost Bobby because nobody could hear me or see me. Alternate universe Bobby was, it was kind of cool to wear a beret and stuff. But I didn't have the relationship with the boys. For me, the joy of this character has been playing the original Bobby. Just sarcastic and smarter than extraordinarily handsome face. This required hours of makeup.
You've already talked about you love the one-liners. What's one of the one-liners that the fans have loved the most that they quote back to you all the time?
It's funny because that picture there of me is in an episode. Phil Secretia directed it, and I remember I improvised. Mark Shepard, I don't know if he let me do it, which I'm glad he did. I think he squeezed his cheeks or something. It was always in people's faces, doing that annoying mother thing, that was really annoying. And I squeezed his cheek and called him my wee sausage. Without knowing, I swear I did not know the backstory of why he sold his soul to the devil. I did not know. I was so surprised when people really liked that line, like my wee sausage, and I didn't realise there was much more relevance. But you're also Canadian. Other countries, they think that's fun.
Well, it's just so adorable.
I mean, it is.
The problem with Ruth is like she looks at you really angry and you're just like, oh. We're all wee sausages.
You should tell Rob that.
I really do.
Yeah. Okay, so this was for all of you. Supernatural had a legendary 15-season run. Only 15? I feel like there's more than that. I feel like there should be more. If you could bring your character back for a new story, what would you want to explore? Yeah, definitely Queen Hell.
I want to be in hell and order people around and tickle them to death with wet tea bags and force feed them chocolate.
Hot
That
tub.
would be my hell.
Hot tub.
Hot tub. It would be a hot tub.
Sheriff Bills.
Did you guys ever watch Flavor of Love?
Absolutely.
Okay, this is aging me. But this would be Flavor of Love for Bobby. Wow.
Yes.
Bobby's just this guy, and he just gets to date all these people, and they all have to come to the hot tub. They have to build things in the salvage yard, and then he, picks a mate, maybe.
The mate sounds permanent.
With the Winchesters, I really enjoyed in that one episode I did. Robbie Thompson, we had a great conversation before, and he was very open. So I pitched him an episode if there had been future, if there'd been more seasons of the Winchesters. We went back to Scotland and we saw Rowena and the witchcraft and whatnot in Scotland, and basically the annihilation of 40,000 women in Europe at that period. I would have loved to have gone back and done something historic around that. Genuinely, I think there's actually an interesting show there, not just because of Rowena, but because of what that meant for women at the time. So I would have loved to have done something like that.
Great. Yeah, makes sense. Last one. Supernatural had so many hilarious behind-the-scenes moments. Can you share a funny or unexpected story from filming?
Alex, I felt sorry for Alex because it wasn't a showing of love, but I did see him nearly die. It was one of those pylons, and literally I was like, I don't think he can actually breathe. Jared, Jensen, Misha, did Brad join in? How many people were in?
I don't know, how many times do you want to be dogpiled by 3 grown men in your life? A couple in the front row are like,
I was going to say, put your hands out.
I will tell you this, I was not begging for it. But it did happen nonetheless, and I think it was just like, all the lung came out. I don't know, I think they got very bored on set. So, they saw me and I came into the show and they were like, oh, this guy. This guy's gonna get it.
Yeah.
I remember a time. Well, I had done a thing at a charity rodeo, and I torn my meniscus in my knee, and so I was walking around.
Charity rodeo. Sorry.
Can you give us a little more detail about the rodeo, please? Like, were you riding bulls? Were you roping?
I wasn't riding bulls, I was riding horses.
Oh!
And well, just one at a time, but with stairs that came down. And Jared and Jensen and I were all coming down the stairs. I was in front. And on one take, my weak knee gave out, and I tumbled all the way down the stairs to the bottom. And you asked about funny moments. Apparently, everybody on set found that funny. Because we had to stop shooting for a while people laughed. Eventually, someone came over and asked if I was okay.
Did they think it was a crack fall? What did they?
No, I think they just thought me getting hurt would be funny.
So mean. So mean.
You're picking up on the real life behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're terrible people.
Wow. Obviously, there's so much that goes into making this show a success. Your roles are definitely pivotal to it. But there's some unsung heroes in the crew, and I'm curious if there's anyone that you want to give a personal shout out to that was kind of behind the scenes that helped you bring your characters to life, or just kind of do your best work for all of us to enjoy.
I tell you, I gave her a shout out earlier. I was talking about Robin, who was head of props. She was with the show the entire time, and for some reason, it's the only show where the head of props would be the prompter. Because we had a continuity lady who'd normally be the person who would say the line if you dropped a line, but Robin would be the person on the book for us, and especially in the scene where somebody kept missing a line or whatever, she would read in. And it was such an unusual thing, but it was also so comfortable. So I'm going to give a shout out to Robin.
Robin is often the person you were actually talking to if you had a scene on the phone.
Oh yeah.
Because what are the two guys? Jared and Jensen. They could rarely be bothered to be there for your off on the other end of the phone lines.
Except they're laughing at the knee injury.
Yes, they're always there for that. They never let you down that way. But yeah, Robert, the whole crew, it was, I've been around for 182 years. I've worked with a lot of crews, and none of them has been as magical for me as the Supernatural crew. And part of it's just the amount of time we were together, but I've been on shows where I was there for a week and never wanted to see those people again. And it's the exact opposite. Brad Creaser, our first camera and occasional DP, Serge Ladissour, our cinematographer, who was responsible for so much of the look of the show. Just so many guys. Devin, Mike, the craft service guy, who always had Red Bull for me if I needed it. Ted
the driver.
Oh yeah.
Ted made my life. He was like my surrogate grandfather. I loved him so much.
I don't know what, 200 people on the crew, something like that. And it was just some of the best people in the world. And I don't think it's a coincidence that they were mostly Canadian.
For a long time, but honestly, especially in the makeup and hair trailer, you spend hours and hours with people touching your face. And so people like Charmaine and Sabrina were there at the beginning, and Trish and Jen, who I just went out for dinner with when we were in Vancouver the other week. They know everything that's going on in your life. And for that time, they're very intimately connected with each other's lives. And yeah, there's so many, right? What about you, Frank?
It's sort of like asking, okay, who was your best lifelong friend? Well, they've got to be lifelong friends because of who they all are.
I love that. My last thing is I want to congratulate you guys on being a part of such a phenomenal series that has touched so many people and will continue to do so as you folks find it. That's, I hope, is as rewarding as actors. to know how often someone comes up into this franchise with something new, something special, and so that you guys are part of that experience so very much. Thank you, sincerely, for all the craft that you brought out.
Discovered the show in the last 5 years. It's amazing. It's honestly.
I just discovered it was good.
It's the gift of a lifetime. It's so rare. It's so rare.
The gift is truly ours. Toronto ComiCon, make some noise one more time. No secret. Stay tuned.